In the preseason, we've already seen in competitive matches how the meta is slowly shifting towards creating team compositions that are designed to teamfight as 5. Now, we haven't really seen this since early Season 3 with Curse the Sad Bullet Time. Season 3 was largely about snowballing advantages by using a gank-heavy jungler, a strong roaming assassin mid, and strong 1v1 champions up top. However, this time there's a twist. Instead of just creating these big wombo combo type team compositions, we're seeing a trend towards using late game champions. Games are lasting a lot longer than we're used to seeing. In the North American Challenger scene, we've seen several games last over an hour. While we'll see if this trend continues as other professional circuits such as the LCS and OGN start playing games on the new patch, but there are definitely some contributing factors for this from the changes in patch 3.14. Before we discuss these changes, let's look at how games were won in Season 3. In Season 3, a huge emphasis was put on the mid lane. Mid lane was dominated by assassins such as Fizz and Ahri, who were snowballed in catch compositions, which excelled at picking people off in transition. This was made possible due to the large role warding and controlling vision had on the game. Supports basically had oracles up 100% of the time, which meant teams that were behind almost always had zero vision. Also, supports were free to spam as many wards as possible. To snowball a team ahead, teams created compositions that excel in skirmishes. Junglers used champions such as Lee Sin, Elise, and Jarvan, who can gank and duel proficiently, and top laners with strong dueling capabilities such as Renekton and Jax. These champions win out in early fights prior to when teams really start grouping up, and can accumulate advantages that lead to winning the vision battle and eventually the game. These three factors provide the trifecta for winning games in Season 3. So why doesn't this work in Season 4? Patch 3.14 introduced a ton of changes that are designed specifically to make many of these factors more difficult to achieve. First off, the most obvious part is the rework of the vision system as a whole. Oracle's Elixir no longer exists, and every character is capable of warding at any time using the new trinkets. The Oracle played a large part into how the map was controlled. Now, teams no longer have the same tools to control the vision of the other team to pull off assassinations like in Season 3. Secondly, laning is not as impactful on a game as in Season 3. It will be much harder in competitive play to accumulate meaningful advantages in laning phase. This is because of the new GP10 items scaling jungle creeps and that towers give significantly less gold to your team. While Targon's Spray has certainly made this point much more severe, this will still be true when Targon's is nerfed, just to a lesser extent. Furthermore, there are smaller changes such as reducing early death timers that also reduce the snowball that happens from losing lane. Split pushing also got directly nerfed as well in patch 3.14. Champions earn less experience from minions, and every 1,000 gold earned from minions and monsters decrease your death spree. The reason why this is significant against the style of play in Season 3 is because split pushing created the opportunities for skirmishing and is the large reason why teams were able to effectively avoid 5v5 teamfights. 5v5 teamfighting as a whole also got buffed because assists are now worth more gold past the 20-minute mark due to the new changes. This isn't to say that split pushing won't be a viable strategy anymore, but Riot is definitely trying to reward teams for sticking together. The last point of why late game is so important is because of the inhibitor changes. In Season 3, almost 100% of games were won off getting the first inhibitor down because of the immense pressure it puts on every single lane. Now, with the changes, a team only has to worry about one lane getting pushed in. The reason why this is significant is because to get the inhibitor and eventually the Nexus turrets, a team has to be able to clean up a fight by a significant margin or be put at an eventual disadvantage due to home guards. All these changes push towards situations where the team with the better late game 5v5 team comp is set up to win the game at high levels of play. Now, because of this, I think there's going to be a resurgence in champions such as Morgana, Karthus, Malphite, and Amumu, who all excel at this sort of thing. Also, we might see some champions that haven't seen as much competitive play, such as Wukong and Swain, for the same exact reasons. Now, I want to hear what you guys have to say about how patch 3.14 will affect the competitive meta. I just wanted to say thanks for watching, guys, and this is Xell, and I'll see you guys next time.